probably the proudest father in the state of New York right now, probably the United States. I mean, number one, a healthy baby boy. Number two, the boy was born on my birthday and on Valentine's Day. And I know my mother is up there looking down right now, and I know she had to have something to do with it, but I'm very, very happy, and Joe is doing fine. That moment, my body just went totally numb, and both Joe and I looked at each other, and we just could not believe what we heard, and I didn't want to accept it. It took a long time for me to accept it, and at that point, it's like, what do we do now? What do we do together to make this better?
It was a parent's worst nightmare, their beautiful baby boy diagnosed with a deadly disease, a disease doctors said would most likely claim his young life within a year. The life the young Kelly family knew was gone in a heartbeat. Not much was known about Krabbe leukodystrophy. So little, in fact, that Hunter was misdiagnosed not once, but twice. If it could happen to Hunter, how many other children could it be happening to? And so in the Kelly family kitchen in October of 1997, the Hunter's Hope Foundation was born, both out of the frustration about the lack of information and treatment options and out of the love a parent has for their child, a love so strong that hope can exist when logic tells you there is none. It was that love that shone bright in February of 1998 when the Marcy Casino in Delaware Park was aglow in candlelight.
Hope comes from a feeling inside, and it fills the soul with a message to share.
The first fundraiser of the fledgling Hunter's Hope Foundation brought thousands out to wish Hunter a happy first birthday, a birthday that no one was sure he would see. And as Hunter continued to defy the odds, growing bigger and stronger and accomplishing amazing things, so did the foundation that bears his name. Understanding that research is the key to combating the disease, the foundation funneled dollars into myelin repair and genetic research projects around the world, and created an annual medical symposium.
This meeting that they have once a year is very unusual because it's one of the few societies for rare diseases that puts the researchers, the physicians, and the families together. And I think there's a lot of value in that. You can do research but never see a child, and you don't have the same impetus and the same motivation to help that child as you do when that child's sitting in front of you.
As research progressed, more children were diagnosed and more families sought help. Early diagnosis brought hope that a transplant in the first few weeks of life could halt the disease, an option that was not available for Hunter because of his lack of early diagnosis. But if not Hunter, then why not spare others of the same struggle? The foundation extended its reach once again, opening the first Hunter's Hope home for families staying at Duke University in Durham for transplants. 2 more would follow, and all 3 are in constant use. For Hunter, his earthly journey was ending, with a little boy who said nothing, yet moved mountains with his determination and courage continued to inspire. His strength gave his family strength not only to endure, but to recommit themselves to the battle against leukodystrophies. A battle that took them to the halls of power in Albany and in the nation's capital. Early diagnosis is the key to any disease, but each state screens for different diseases. New York only tested for 11 in 2004. Because of Hunter's Hope, it now screens for 44 and is the first state to test for Krabbe. Federal lawmakers are now working to make universal newborn screening a reality, giving every child for generations to come the same chance at a healthy life. And saving the lives of children with Krabbe and other leukodystrophies remains at the heart of the mission of the Hunter's Hope Foundation. And that is why, in the heart of Buffalo, in the Bioinformatics Medical Corridor, the Hunter James Kelly Research Institute will be the driving force for research into myelin repair and other scientific advances. And like other research, data gathered at the Hunter James Kelly Institute is having implications into the study of other diseases such as MS. But the biggest implications yet are being felt where it matters most, in homes in Western New York and across the world. Homes with families who, because of a little boy named Hunter, now have hope.
We had our first little girl, Reagan, that passed away in '04. When we came to our first symposium with Reagan, that was huge, and that really opened our eyes just to sort of everything. We've got information, we got to see some of the newborn transplants, we got to see a little bit of hope, and then we also just got to meet families that knew exactly where we were headed, where we were right then, and knew the types of things that we were going to need in the future. We actually took Zoe 4 weeks early on purpose just to give that little bit of extra time to prevent any damage that Krabbe could cause. We relocated to Duke prior to her being born so that we could start transplant as soon as she was stable enough. We just didn't want any chances of unnecessary damage. A lot of our support through Hunter's Hope came through the people that they had down in Durham at the time. And then obviously the Hope Home that we got to stay in, which was incredible. If you have the chance to give them hope and a future, you better take it. And if we lost her, then that's the way it is, but we gave her hope. And that's all we can do as parents. They are pushing to give kids a chance, to let them have a chance at living, not dying. And that's just incredible when you look at it that way, that all they want is kids to have a hope of living. For somebody to know that they can't save their own and then do everything they can for somebody else, for a total stranger. There's no greater love than that. That's phenomenal, and that's priceless.